in Liverpool today as Titanbet continue their search to find the ultimate fan. I've been joined by Kop favourite and Titanbet ambassador John Barnes to talk all things football.
Fans are the lifeblood of football. And what I always say to fans is that what you are first and foremost is you're a football fan. Most fans aren't happy with that because they like to convince themselves that they are a fan of a particular club. Of course they are, but what has driven them to that club is arbitrary. The fact of where you're born, the fact that your dad supports one club but your friend supported another club, so you support that club. If you didn't support that club, you could support another club. Fans don't like to hear that. Fans like to hear, if you didn't support Liverpool or Manchester United or Arsenal, I wouldn't support anyone. But fans are the lifeblood of football, so consequently they're the lifeblood of the clubs. And I think fans really have to understand that they really do hold all the cards. As much as we're trying to disenfranchise fans now and talk about, you know, there are more important things than fans, there isn't. Well, fans, once again, play a huge role in the success of the club in many different ways. That's why I always say it's easy to be, Liverpool fans may disagree with me now in the last 22 years, but it's easy to be a Liverpool and a Man United fan because when you're winning all the time, it's easy to be a fan when you're winning. It's harder to be a fan when you're losing. It's a very special city, and I think that Hillsborough really brought a lot of people. They were together anyway, but it really showed how together they are as a city. As much as some fans will say we hate Everton and we hate Liverpool, you saw how much they came together, and it's a very special footballing city, and the fans are as passionate. But what I always say is that passionate fans, I don't believe that they're necessarily more passionate fans than others. I think if you look at the culture of the cities, then you can find that the perception of one particular group of people being more passionate is apparent. Because if you look at the passion of the people generally in Liverpool or Newcastle or up north as opposed to down south, maybe as people they are more passionate in many different ways. So therefore that's reflected in the football. But to then say they are more passionate because they support Liverpool as opposed to because they are Liverpudlian, I think that's wrong, because you find so many passionate fans at these clubs where you have 1,500 people in the stadiums, League Two clubs where they have 1,000 people, 2,000 people, and they're as passionate as 80,000 Manchester United fans individually. They don't have as many as them. So when you talk about passion in football, I don't think you can really look at any one particular club and say they're more passionate than another. If you were to meet these people, and this is what football does, if you were to meet these people on a Thursday afternoon at 2 o'clock, you wouldn't believe that it's the same person who was at a football match. Football brings something out in them. It's almost animalistic, the passion, whereas real football fans really live it 24 hours a day. A lot of people say I'm the ultimate fan because I define the ultimate fan as someone who supports his team through thick and thin. Supports his team when they're doing well, supports his team when they're doing badly, someone who, if he wants his team to be successful, doesn't boo his team, doesn't criticize the players. They're trying their best, they play for your team, they put the shirt on. So you don't necessarily, in my opinion, have to be someone who rants and raves and fights and goes to every game, but someone who supports it, because the clue is in the phrase, you're a supporter, so you support.